All right, let's take a look at reason number 7. Reason number 7 is mainly about the quality of the ingredients in your hair product. So let's talk about that. I mean, let's talk about product ingredients and the role they play in our hair, especially when it comes to moisture retention. So here's the thing. Here's the dilemma with hair products, okay? So most hair products, like you know, right now, they are formulated to help us with to solve whatever hair problems that we are going through, right? However, right, these hair companies they have to make money one way or the other, right? So due to economical reasons or economic reasons, right, some of the ingredients in a lot of hair products might not actually be favorable for the health of our hair, right? Because remember, type 4 hair, natural hair, it is so unique, right? It is such a unique hair texture. So the ingredients might not be necessarily bad, right? Because I mean it's 2019 and a lot of hair companies are doing better and better every year. I mean because they have to, otherwise they're gonna get sued and all these other stuff, right? So they might be okay, but the only thing is that these scientists, especially when you buy from like a non-black owned company, right? They don't know anything about our hair, about the texture of our hair, how our hair reacts to some ingredients, some chemicals, right? They just put together a formula for shampoo or a formula for conditioner or whatnot, right? So yeah, I mean each ingredient it's there for a purpose, for a reason, right? But sometimes the purpose might not be the best. The reason might not be the best for our own hair texture, right? So again, I'm gonna be sharing the exact ingredients. I mean the exact ingredients to watch out for, right? All right. So let me just quickly go over ingredients that are not healthy for our natural hair. So when it comes to shampoos, you need to look out for these ingredients, right? Which is sodium laureth sulfate, right? Or aluminum laureth sulfate, ALS or SLS. So this ingredient, it is a foaming ingredient. It's what's going to give you that sud, right? You know, your hair will become foamy and everything, right? And like I said in the previous lesson, it's really popular in dish soaps, carpet soap, body wash, pretty much anything that washes anything. And the reason is this ingredient, I mean, it's formulated to remove dirt, grime, grease, um, and it's supposed to leave your hair feeling clean, right? And but the only unfortunate aspect is that it leaves your hair feeling too clean, feeling too clean, feeling stripped, and as a result of that, our hair will feel so dry afterwards, right? So here's what to do. Here's what to do, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna opt for for sulfate-free shampoos, and I talked about this in the previous lesson. So this is really a like it's pretty much a recap and a reminder, right, for the previous lesson. Right. So one thing to note is that whenever you use a sodium and SLS free shampoos, right, make sure you only use a little bit, and you can always wash your hair 2 or 3 times, because what's going to happen is, especially if you haven't washed your hair in a while, the first time you wash your hair will not foam up at all, right? So it's very easy to be like, oh, let me use more, let me use more, let me use more, right? But these products, these shampoos, they are just as potent as a regular sulfate-based shampoo. So, so if it's Shea Moisture, um, if it's um, main choice or whatever it is, you want to always want to make sure that you only use a little bit, and you can always shampoo your hair like twice, right? So the first time will be to get dirt off, and then the second time will be to wash your hair, so it's so the build up and everything is all gone, right? So don't use too much, because otherwise it's going to be a waste and you're just going to be wasting money, right? So one thing I love about SLS free shampoos is that they leave your hair feeling clean, but also feeling so good, right? So your hair will not feel dry and just feeling so weird. So that's one thing I love about SLS free shampoos. So the next product will be conditioners. So conditioners, I mean, this isn't something new. So a lot of naturals will be like, avoid cones, avoid cones, avoid cones. So what cones are they talking about? So it's the dimethicone, and even though there are so many other cones, right? So what they do in conditioners is that they provide a smoothing effect, right? So that your hair, when you comb through your hair, right, your hair, like the comb will just slide past your hair, right? Because I mean, conditioners, when you put conditioner in your hair, you will detangle your hair, right? So they want to make sure that when you detangle your hair, when you comb your hair, you can reduce breakage and you don't have to fight a comb through your hair, right? It'll be such a painless and an easy effort, right? But the only problem with silicones, especially with natural hair, is that because our hair is very coily, right? So products and stuff doesn't really wash off as as nicely as somebody would like type 1 hair or type 2 hair, for example, right? So the silicones, what happens is that they actually stay on our hair, right? And so you have to make sure that you wash it off, right, with shampoos, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with product buildup, right? Which, like I said in the previous lesson, it'll impede your other products from actually working and from doing their job, right? And I mean that might mean obviously dry hair, which, as we know by now, I mean it's just not cool, right? So what you can do will be again to opt for silicone-free products, right? Silicone-free conditioners, silicone-free hairstyling products, leave-in conditioners, and whatnot. Again, a lot of natural hair products are, silicone free. Again, on the blog, I have a blog post where I talked about or I shared, top conditioners, top leave-in conditioners, and these conditioners, these products are silicone free because I always check for ingredients whenever I'm recommending a product. All right, so styling cream. Styling cream, most styling creams, usually when you read the ingredient list, you're going to notice that they have similar ingredients, right? So again, you want to watch out for dimethicone, mineral oil, petroleum jelly, and all this stuff that can, clog your hair follicles and prevent them from absorbing moisture. So again, on the blog, I actually have quite a number of blog posts for hair styling products. So this one, it is a blog post that I wrote for anyone who might be sensitive to glycerin as well. Because I've had ladies tell me that, like in the winter time, their hair feels very dry, right? So I do have quite a number of blog posts about, healthy, natural hair product alternatives. So gels. So hair gels, you want to avoid alcohol, right? So guys, so there are actually different types of alcohol you're going to find in hair products, right? So some alcohol are actually good. So I'm going to, when I do write the blog post, I'll make sure it gets in your hands. So there are good alcohols and there are bad alcohols, right? But the alcohol I'm talking about here will be the bad alcohol, right? Isopropyl alcohol, right? So because alcohol in hair products, they dry your hair, right? They leave your hair feeling dry and stiff. And the last thing that we want for our, type 4C hair, type 4A, type 4B hair is dry hair. We don't want that obviously because it means breakage for us, right? So whenever you choose hair gels, you want to choose a hair gel that says alcohol free, right? Again, on the blog I have, blog posts where I recommended healthy, healthy hair products. So how do you avoid all these bad ingredients? What you can do will be to buy your products from natural hair companies that are owned by black women, right? And pretty much black owned hair companies, especially black women with natural hair, especially, right? Because if they have natural hair, chances are that the ingredients will be much more healthy than somebody who owns the company, but they might have a completely different hair texture, right? So it's really key. But still, that's not guaranteed. So you just have to keep testing things out. So again, on the blog, I actually have a blog post where I recommended 40 black-owned hair and beauty brand. So this blog post might become bigger and bigger and bigger as I find out more about, black owned beauty brands. So you're wondering, oh my gosh, this is so much stuff. How do I know really, right? Should I carry around a book or something? So what you can do, what I do, guys, honestly, is that I will just pick up a product and I will just look on the label, for any ingredient that I'm trying to stay away from, right? So whenever the product says, no whatever, right? So no silicons, no mineral oil, no this, no that, right? Then I will flip to the back and I will read the list, right? The ingredient list, right, to confirm that okay, so these products actually are missing all these bad ingredients, and so let me pick it up, right? So that sometimes that's what I do sometimes to just save myself lots of time. All right, so now back to you. Let me know in the comment section if you avoid products based on ingredients, because I've also heard about naturals who use pretty much anything in their hair and their hair will still thrive, right, and do very well, right? So let me know if there's a particular ingredient that you always watch out for. Some naturals, it's coconut oil, it's glycerin, it's aloe vera juice or whatever, like it's different, right, for each natural. So let me know which ingredients you always have to watch out for, and the impact it has made on your hair care. All right, so I'll see you in the next lesson where we're gonna be talking about a reason that's actually not your fault this time around. Okay.